friends, it's Lori with Main Street Gardener, and I'm so glad you've joined me today. So last evening, I was able to get out and just spend some quiet time in the garden. Don't you love those times, especially on a warm spring evening? So I had a bunch of containers that I just wanted to knock out and get them filled up for this season. So most of them are over near my shade garden, and one is a large container in the back of the shade garden. So I wanted to bring you along and let you see them. And so I captured the video, and I thought I would just walk you through some of the containers and some of the thoughts. Now, I'm currently planting, I have 2 of these green containers in the entrance to the shade garden, and I had some sedum in there. I think they're going to bounce back. They look really sad right now, but I think they're going to be fine. I had some grasses in this container that did not make it over the winter. So my vision for these 2 containers is actually something that I saw when I was in Texas. If you watched my San Antonio garden tour, I shared that they had done asparagus fern and red salvia together. It was stunning. Now, I was able to find a red salvia at the store, but it's kind of more of a cherry red. More pink red, which I actually like. Back behind this area, I just recently planted a bunch of pink begonias. And so I think this kind of cherry pink color is going to be perfect to match the begonias in the other part of the garden. Now, these salvias are supposed to get large. So in this container, I only put 1. In the front container, I did put 2 because I had to. And after I filmed the video, I did cut back the blooms so that they would start branching and really growing. Now, I'm also adding a Vancouver geranium. It's one of my favorite geraniums. It has that beautiful foliage, and it gets little kind of pink red blooms on it. And it will just kind of drift and fall all over the container. So I'm excited for this. I think it's something so simple, only 3 plants, and I think it's going to get beautiful and really draw your eye back to the rest of the shade garden. So as we walk along, I'll show you the other container, which it has a little extra salvia in it. Now, I do need to move this container a little forward in the bed. We're going to do that this weekend so it'll get more sunshine. It's kind of pushed back under the maple tree. Now, my mom came by this afternoon and got to spend some time with me, and I had her potting up some of my coleus seeds, the baby seedling plants. And so I have this beautiful container I got at my friend's garden center, Perennial Clay and Garden. So we just filled it and a couple other containers that I like to pop along the edge of the walkway with some of the coleus that I had grown from seed. So that was really fun. And she also helped me with my plant theater. We did some work there as well. So now I'm going to move back to the back new area of the shade garden. So I recently planted up this container. I think I told you all about it in a video. I had this extra geranium, and this geranium has a beautiful spotted foliage, and it's supposed to kind of drape and fall over. So I had kind of that spot right there, and I thought it would be perfect to add that one extra component to that container that we had done previously. So getting it all watered in and ready to go. Now, the next container that I am so excited to put together is the final container in this new area of the shade garden. Now, don't mind, the garden is not mulched right now, so I do have a couple more plants to plant, and then I am going to mulch it with some beautiful mulch. But for now, we're still working in this space. Now, for this container, I had picked up a Japanese forest grass at my local garden center. I think I talked about that in a prior video. I thought it would be beautiful to brighten this space. I think it's going to be just perfect. And this plant can probably stay in this container for a couple years. Now, next, I also picked up a very dark chocolate astilbe. Now, it will get some pink, dark burgundy blooms on it, but I thought the contrast, I don't normally do things this kind of contrasty, the bright yellow and the dark chocolate, but I thought back here in the shade garden and in this dark green container, it is going to be beautiful. Now, I want to continue my shade garden theme of adding some pops of pink this year. I think what really encouraged me to go with some extra color in this space is actually the azalea that you see right there in the corner. This was an azalea that I transplanted, so it's got some growth to do. It was in a space in the garden where it wasn't getting enough light, but I love that pop of pink in the shade garden. And so I'm excited to have these pink begonias in this container and in all the containers that I'm doing this year in the shade garden. I think it's going to be really, really gorgeous. Now, I have a couple other plants that I added to this container that I want to show you up close. So all the begonias that I've added are a variety of angel wing begonias. So they should get fairly large and they should weep over, kind of drift over the container, which will be gorgeous. I had never seen this variety before. It almost looks like an orchid. So dainty and beautiful. And then of course the red, which is going to be, it's kind of a pink red. It's just going to be stunning. And then of course the Japanese forest grass. I think that pop is beautiful. So don't be afraid to use grasses, perennials, shrubs in your containers. They don't have to stay there forever, but they're really nice to have some structure, some strength in your containers and not just have to fill it with annuals. I also have some other ground cover that will just kind of drape over the plant, kind of those spillers, just to give it some soft greenery. Now, while I was busy planting, my mom was planting up more of my coleus. She had actually purchased for me some more of the brown and off-white little stone terracotta-esque pots. She also worked on my plant theater. Some of my babies already needed to be potted up in larger plants, and she loves to work on geraniums and groom them and just make them all beautiful. So it was fun to be able to talk to her as I was working through the garden shed windows and restage this space as the plants are growing and doing great. All right, next up, I was on a roll and I decided I wanted to go ahead and plant up my little window box containers. Now, I need to give these guys a good scrub, and one of them needs a paint job, but that's okay. We are going to go ahead and get them all planted up today. So I decided a few weeks ago that I wanted to try something new in these containers, and I'm going to plant just one plant. I've never done that before. I grew gomphrena from seed, and these are a gomphrena mix. They have white and dark purple in each flower. So each flower that grows has multiple blooms on it. And if you've ever grown gomphrena in the landscape, it can get very large. Now, these are not supposed to be as big as some gompphrenas, but they will definitely fill the pot. So I decided to just do 3. I still may have overplanted, we will see, but I'm really excited. My patio containers are all going to be in shades of white and green and a little bit of dark purple. And then as you go into the main garden, I'm going to have brighter purple. So I think this will kind of give a tease as you start entering the main garden with that pop of dark purple. So these were so easy to grow from seed. If you are thinking about starting seeds next year, add gomphrena to your list. I couldn't believe it. I probably had almost 100% germination. They have grown so well in my grow room. I've been hardening them off outside outside. And I'm going to have lots more to plant in containers and out in the garden. So the next day I was working in the shade garden, and if you just saw the video about the container in the back, I had so much fun. So when I was finished, I cleaned off the table, and I had been also dreaming about planting this iron basket up. So this spring I filled this basket with pansies and a kind of fake bunny, and it was so fun. And I decided, you know, I really need to use this basket more often. It really fits nicely back in the shade garden. So I had an idea. Actually, I saw it when I was in North Carolina. I saw some mini-sized, tiny-sized hostas. I actually bought two when I was in North Carolina. And so I went to my local garden center and I bought a bunch more of these tiny hostas. So my vision was to kind of mound them up around the top and then just plant around. I got hostas of all different colors and all different textures. And then I also am going to fill in with some moss. Now I only had one container of moss, but I need to pick up one more and I want to spread it around these plants. Now mini hostas, mini M-I-N-I, they stay tiny. So they are going to fill in and they will fill this container. I probably even overplanted it, but that's okay. Once I'm done this fall, I will pot these into bigger containers or out in the landscape. I could even pop them in my container in the back. I will not want to leave them in this container because it won't be enough cold protection. So I'll leave them in here for now, and then I can put them out in other spaces in the fall. but I'm really excited to give this a try. I also have a little rabbit foot fern that's tiny that I want to add to this little container. So it's just going to be filled with beautiful hosta color, the ferns, and a little bit of moss. Now at the end, I'm going to show you all the plant names in case you're interested in looking for some of these tiny hostas. So stay tuned for that as we wrap up today's video. So here are the plant tags of all the little tiny hostas that I was able to purchase. Most of them get 6 to 12 inches tall. About 6 inches is the standard, and you can see shade to part shade. And I just got a variety. I think it's so pretty. I can't wait to see them grow and fill in. And then of course, yes, I want to get a little bit more moss to tuck in around the edges. So a really fun idea. If you see those out at your garden center, they would just be great to pop into containers. Now, as we wrap today, my mom also helped me revamp and revise this container, and I'm making this my new spring fairy garden for my sweet garden little friends next door. I have some little sweet girls that live next door. I put the fairies in my garden shed. I have 2 little fairies, and later today or tomorrow, I'm going to have them place the fairies inside the container. So it was such a great day and a half of planning up containers, just puttering in the garden and making the shade garden come to life. I've got a few more things to do in the shade garden up near my big holly tree, but most of the space, it's getting there. You know, I'm just taking my time and enjoying the season. Let me know what you think of these new containers, and thanks so much for watching.